Holy moly. Ethereum is showing signs. That it's a bad boy asset. Firstly, Matezarina, who's number 2 for trading on Coinbase or Binance. ETH is a pristine asset. Pristine. And it is. It's probably going to be the infrastructure for AI, and it literally allows any other blockchain to do whatever it needs to do on the Ethereum chain. Look at this. We're at 12 on the altcoin season index. Wales bought nearly 1 million ETH in one single day. President Trump signing a deal with China. Europe says it's ready to make a trade deal. The trade deal and they need to be resolved within 13 days, I believe. And this is what we need for the dominance to fall downwards and for us to get rich. First, we need a rejection of 66%. We need rate cuts and stopping of QT and breaking of the blue line support 64% by altcoins ETF approvals mid-July. So July could be blast off. It is weird because Bitcoin usually goes down around August, September, but that doesn't mean alt season can't start. That doesn't mean they want to roll things differently. And also there's another projection of possibly like 7 rate cuts next year. So this could go well into 2026. Don't think it can't. Let's quickly have a little look at the chart. So Bitcoin is still trading within the range. It may have a little bit more room for upside, then it may break out or reject. Ethereum is actually a massive bull flag forming. I thought it was actually doing a Bart pattern and it was going to come down. You know, Bart Simpson. So it comes down. But it's actually done a V-shaped recovery. So we're going to see what goes on here. Massive inflows, man. And it looks like this is turning towards the green as well. On the weekly, though, it does look overbought. I'm not going to lie. On the weekly, it does look like it wants to reset. And because I'm not in that much ETH, I think I'm going to chill for now. I've got a lot of ETH exposure, though. I ain't going to lie. Let's have a little look at the bookmarks. So, the interest isn't here yet. Nowhere near the hype that we need to see. This is going to help with rate cuts, quantitative easing, and retail being here. I think that's a very good thing, you know. Because, you know, when we were at like 100k, Coinbase app went up to like #1 ranking. Now it's cooled off a lot. People do not care. And that's exactly what we need to see. You know, when it spiked up here, this is exactly what we need to see. And the war.
USA, Israel, and Iran got on a fucking phone call and said, you need to look good, I need to look good, we all need to look good. So Trump, you get to take out our nuclear facilities because we're not going to make a nuclear bomb anyway. Israel, you fire rockets at us, we're going to fire a whole barrage of shit back at you. But nothing's really going to blow up. Where's the thousands of deaths? I mean, with 50 ballistic missiles in a city as densely populated as Tel Aviv, there should be thousands of deaths. Where are they? Because it is a big orchestrated play.
Literally 1 hour after Tate spoke about the issue, Trump posted this.
For any of you who are genuinely interested in analyzing these geopolitical concerns, and
That's mad. I ain't going to give him the plug, but that is mad. That's all I'm going to say.
Jameson, everybody wants to make a deal and have a part of it, right? I know you and Howard and Scott are working overtime, making deals with other countries. Remember a few months ago, the press was saying, do you really have anybody of any interest? Well, we just signed with China yesterday, right? Just signed with China. We have everybody. We're not going to make deals with everybody. Some we're just going to send them a letter, say, thank you very much. You're going to pay 25, 35, 45%. That's the easy way to do it. And my people don't want to do it that way. They want to do some of it, but they want to make more deals than I would do. But we're having some great deals. We have one coming up, maybe with India, very big one, where we're going to open up India. Jameson.
That's insane because he's bringing the trade deals out whilst Powell said that they're going to bring interest rates down. This is going well, but time will tell. US-China trade deal signed 2 days ago. Lutnick says, July is when we will start to fly. My jellies are screaming this to be so. Get ready. I think July may be the time. This is what I was saying. The Fed to deliver 7 rate cuts in 2026. Morgan Stanley are predicting that starting in March, bringing the terminal rate down to 2.5%. Send it. Look, record amount of ETH shorts as well. That's another factor. ETH is going to do a madness, I'm telling you. I wouldn't buy it now. I'd get it on a pullback, but I'll show you that in just a sec. No plan, no patience. People treat crypto like a casino, just vibes and wishes and cartels, waiting for Bitcoin to move and alt season to magically appear. It's not a game of luck, it's strategy. Let the gamblers feed the discipline, trade smart, stay focused, risk management. Nike's up. I'm up on Nike, man. I wish I bought a lot more though. Look, in pre-market, it's up 9% because the earnings were better than expected. Whoever watched that video and bought, I'm happy for you. That's all I'm going to say. This is what I'm saying about ETH.
Ethereum on the 4-hourly V-shaped recovery. Looks like inverse head and shoulders formation. Shoulder, head, shoulder, inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hourly on Ethereum. On the daily, looks like a Bart pattern. Looks like Bart's head, you know, like, and then looks like Bart. Came down to support. You can see the white support lines. I've got more buy orders laddered there, but you can also see V-shaped recovery on Ethereum on the 4-hourly. On the weekly, looks like a bull flag, pole and flag. Stochastic though is overbought on the weekly, so we've got to be careful. The time to buy is when on the weekly it's oversold, but the daily is curving up, so I'm going to stay long in my Ethereums. If you haven't where I would take a trade if I haven't taken one, 23383, and it came to 2385. Ethereum on the 4-hour.
Yeah, because you know, even when ETH, if we're going to put buy orders around major support around 2380, that's chilling. So it brings safety to the equation. And with Nike, you had to check the PE ratio, you had to check the earnings, you had to see it was a strong brand that provides and sponsors a lot of footballers. It's not going anywhere, bruh. Should have seen the chart as well. I think it's possibly still a good buying opportunity. I won't buy it now. It's pumping 9% in pre-market. It's not a crypto. Stocks shouldn't be pumping like that. But it was below the COVID lows. Why is it below the COVID lows? That's stupid. Now it's recovered to the COVID lows, and it may make that a support. It might actually be a trend reversal. So if we see a massive reversal in trend, see a pullback, I may add, that's when we go a bit longer. That's when we'll see where I go on. There's no such thing as being right or beating the market. If you make money, it is because you understood the same thing as the market did. If you lose money, it is simply because you got it wrong. There's no other way of looking at it. You know these guys that I show you? They're not some Joeys. This guy's number 2 on Binance. This guy's making dough. This is the channel, bro. Alt season 2020 to 2021 consolidated for 15 to 16 months. Capitulation happened during the market crash. Entered an expansion phase and pumped for 9 months. Alt season consolidating. April crash was the final capitulation. With rate cuts and pro-crypto regulation incoming, I think alts could enter a sustained uptrend. It won't be like 2020, 2021, but could bring life-changing gains. It's probably the best bet. Let's be honest, and I hope my Omikami does a madness. Inverse head and shoulders on Coinbase, and is about to become the first regulated perp exchange in the US. In the SPX, and it's already the prime broker for the ETF. The chart also looks like this. Probably wouldn't overthink this one. Your Coinbase might have to get a bid. I can't lie. The thing is though, it's pumped. You know, if you buy it at the lows here, it's less of a risk. This thing's about to fly. This thing's about, look at the 298 price tag. I can't risk that, bro. Not with my crypto exposure. I can't lie. These lot keep telling you to buy Bitcoin. Do you understand what this means for the CEO of an SP 500 company to say this? It means he knows that there's 100% certainty that there's a sitting buy order on Bitcoin, that no one can sell enough Bitcoin to drop it beneath that price. This means he knows that the USA government treasury has buy orders sitting on Bitcoin that are infinite. That's madness. That can't be true. I still believe Bitcoin will tank. Too much leverage in the system. You have until July 21 to sell your hype bags before they go to zero forever. Why? What is this post? No quarterly expiration date, spot price tracking, embedded leverage, 24/7 availability. Or it's because of the Coinbase perpetual style fee. That's mad. It's crazy. It's going to make a lot of money. Tariffs, war, inflation, none of it matters. Money isn't real. Stocks and hard assets are going to infinity. Low key, I'm agreeing with the dinosaur, bro. I'm agreeing with T-Rex. US market performances as of market open. SP 6900 is down while the S&P 500 is up. And Murad says DCA. Shut up, Brev. Shut up. That's your coin. That's your coin. That's why you're backing it. He's probably the dev. He's the developer. Summer chop, Q4 run. Is it different this time or not? So what I think is, I think a Q4 run is definitely likely. Definitely, possibly into 2026. But I'm getting more of a feeling that we may go from here. We may retest and go. But I wouldn't bank on that at all. I'd let it break out. See if it retests and then jump in if you wanna. Would not jump in now. You literally that's suicide. If you jump in now, that is suicide. I've shown you the BTC chart. I've showed you the range it's trading in. That is suicide if you enter now. It goes down. You're just asking to lose. You don't want to be a loser, dear. Do not be a loser. The only company that can build autonomous vehicles at scale is Tesla. Most people don't understand this fundamental truth. But look at his PE ratio. It's so overvalued. You know, when I touch that stock, it's like a hot egg. Or I'm holding a hot metal ball or something. And literally an egg, you know, that's not boiled when you do the egg and spoon race in school. And you're doing the race. You feel like you're going to drop it. Bro, I want to drop Tesla every time. It's too overpriced. I know it could fly higher, but I knew it tanked the other day. That's why I sold it. I showed you in my group. You've absolutely no idea how this market will behave until we see an ETH all-time high. It's certainly coming. Many think alts will never move again. I think. Let's not finish that sentence. The Fed quietly proposing cutting rates yesterday. This means big 5 banks can have free leverage to buy treasuries. Same as stealth QE used in 2020. That's mad. S&P is on track to close to an all-time high for the first time since Feb. Look at this cat. Putting all his money in crypto. Cats are too cute, bro. And then we might get rate cuts too. What a time to be alive, man. What an actual time to be alive. We're about to get easy mode.